Have you ever used software that is free, that is powerful, and is constantly evolving? I mean softwares like Firefox, like WordPress, like Python library, like Linux. Have you ever used such software? That is open source in action. So what does open source really mean, and why should you care about open source as an individual who is probably just getting started in tech, or who is already in tech and have experience, and you have experience, or as an organization? Don't worry, in this video, I'm going to be taking you through what open source means and why you should care about open source regardless of whatever field you are in your career. So stick around and let's get started. Are you ready? So if you're just getting your feed into the open source world, don't worry, I've got you. So what does open source software mean? Think of open source software as software whose code or where the source code is actually available for anybody to view, to modify, and to share it. An example would be, let's compare an open source and closed software. So open source software example is Linux software, while closed software is the Windows software. So that means that the Linux software is actually available for you to modify, for you to share, and for you to even use. While the Windows software is actually not free, is actually not available for you to edit as well. So another example would be the WordPress. Yes, WordPress that most people use for their blog, their website, and all. That is another example of open source software. Another example would be the VS Code and Kubernetes for those people in cloud and DevOps. Before we move on, think about an open source software that you've used in the past or probably you are currently using. Think of it from this angle. Free software that you didn't pay for, or softwares that are available for you to edit, right? So think of it from that angle. Have you used open source before? How are you currently using open source? It's okay if you're just realizing that, oh, this software that I'm using is open source. So drop them in the comments. I would love to know how you actually started your open source journey. So why does open source matters for individuals? So as individual, contributing to open source give you that leverage to learn and to grow. So when you contribute to open source, it gives you that real world experience that your dream job, recruiters are probably looking for. You get to put your hand or contribute to projects that are serving a lot of that are making a lot of impact, that are serving a lot of individuals, that are serving a lot of companies, even projects, devices worldwide. You are contributing. Imagine you are contributing to WordPress, or imagine you are contributing to Wikimedia. Imagine millions of people, that are using this software, and you are part of it. So it gives you that privilege to learn while contributing and to grow while at it. You can use your GitHub as your resume. You can use it as your portfolio when you are applying for a job if you contribute to open source. And another impact for individuals, especially the experienced one, is you are going to give back to you are going to use that to give back to the community. Yes, you have built your skills. Yes, you have grown. You already know these things, but that is also another advantage, like an advantage for you to help other people to grow, to help other people to understand what you understand. So see open source for individuals, either you're just getting started or you have experience. If you're just getting started, open source is that space where you can learn and grow, real life experience that recruiters are looking for. You can give back to the community and help others to grow their career as well. And you are making impact. You're contributing to a project that is being used by millions of people all around the world. I know of a lot of people who maybe after school, after graduation, even before school, they've not really had real world work experience, but contributing to open source actually gave them that experience. And by the time they concluded their undergrads, or by the time they want to apply for job, they have experience. They cannot say, oh, I've been contributing to so projects, building this project, enhancing this project for the past years. So that can actually be used as their real life experience. And for experienced individuals, I mentioned you are giving back to the community, you are helping other people to actually grow. At the same time, you are also building your own leadership skills. You are developing yourself as a leader, a thought leader, especially in that field. And also you are building a legacy. You are building a legacy of collaboration. You are building a legacy of innovation. You are not just learning, you are not just growing on your own, but you are part of a community. You are part of a group of people, a community of people that are making impact. So why open source? Why does it matter for organizations? So if organization venture into open source, it helps in terms of innovation and speed. Like your developers, your teams, they don't need to like build new structure. They can work on existing structures. They can improve structure that some other people have used for their products before, thereby saving you a lot of time and even resources to work on that project. And also community power, because you get say you are working on a project and you have like an open source community backing the project up. You get a lot of people who are experienced, who is going to be in charge of answering questions that people might have about your product, and who is going to like even fixing some problems that might occur when people are using your product. Maybe there is a bug, so instead of waiting for another person or a dedicated person on your team to finish what they are doing to come and attend to it, you have people within the community who are readily available to like jump on it and fix that problem. And as well, diversity of thoughts. Imagine a community that has open source contributors from all over the world. This person have experience in design, the other person in research, the other person in UI UX, different programming language. So imagine these people come together, bringing their different perspective, their different diversity, coming together to work on your projects. You will agree with me that your project is going to showcase that diversity. And also too transparency, like you're going to have your project is going to showcase transparency. Like nothing is going to be hidden, everything is going to be open. And people will trust you more. A lot of people will be asking, so how do I start contributing to open source? It's quite easy. I've mentioned different open source projects, and I'm also going to be adding in the description of this video some open source project that you can go to, read their documentation. Open source projects used to have enough documentation on how you can get started. So for this project that I've listed in the description, you can go there, read their description very well. Start small. Don't say you want to like build a whole thing. It can even be as simple as you correcting like a typo, you enhancing even their documentation. Maybe when you are trying to get started, you think a part of their project is not well explained in their documentation. It can be as little as that. It can be as little as even you fixing bugs. Oh, when you're trying to test this software or test this part of the code, this is what happened. Then you try to fix it. So those are ways that you can start small. Don't say you want to start big. Just start where you are and you keep improving while at it. Another thing is to pick a project that really excites you, a project that you are really happy about. So if you are a data scientist, you love data, you pick a project in that field. If you like to solve problem, like you want to explain things in smaller bits to people, you might want to do technical writing, you might want to improve documentation. So pick a project that has something that interests you, so that with that interest, with that passion, you can use that to get started. And even maybe where you are stuck on the way, your interest is going to play along. So pick a project that has something personal, like a project that makes you happy, a project that connects with you on some ground. Another important thing that you can do to contribute to open source is to join the community. So most open source projects, all open source projects, open source in fact is backed up by community. So join, when you read the description of the project, they are going to tell you where the community is, maybe on Discord or Slack or other platform, forum or other platform that the open source community use. So join the open source community, introduce yourself, tell the people what skills you have already or what you are looking at, like contributing, even if you're just getting started. Mention it there that, oh, I'm just getting started, this is who I am, I'm from this country, or you don't even need to mention your location, because at that point they don't really care. What they care is your contribution, the people, the connection. So introduce yourself, mention that you just joined the community, you're looking forward to contributing to open source, and just connect with people. Even when you start contributing, you will be able to like come back to the community and say, I just did this thing, or maybe I'm stuck on this thing, does anybody want to explain? Or maybe you need like a direction. The people, the community is actually there to like help you make your first contribution. And don't forget what I said, that you should start small. Don't try to fix something that is too big. Start as little as you can and grow while at it. So I have an exercise for you. go to the description of this video and click on open source projects. And if any of this project I've listed does not interest you, just go and type on Google, what open source projects or which open source projects can I contribute to as someone who loves to solve problems, or someone who is into design, or someone who is into data, or someone who is into DevOps. So ask question. Google is your best friend. I always say that Google is your best friend. So ask question on Google or use the description. So back to the assessments or the tasks I'm going to give you. So click on any open source project, read their README file, their documentation on how to get started, and pick a small issue. Remember, small issue. It can be as simple as you correcting something, and read the instruction on how to join the community if needed, and take that first step to contribute to that project. So you can pause this video and go back there and do the assessments. So if you come back to this video, or if you intend to go and fix that later and come back, congratulations, you have made your first contribution. Tell me how you feel making your first contribution in the comments, and I'm looking forward to engaging with you. Now that you understand what open source is, why it matters for individual, either experience or not experience, and even organization, now that you have an understanding of what open source software is and even how to make your first contribution, in my next video, I'm going to be talking about something that is really dear to me. Yes, I've mentioned that you can contribute to open source, but there are also some structured program, which I call internship, that can help you, guide you. Remember I said structured, that can help you, guide you, and help you stay accountable into contributing to open source and growing your career. So I'm going to be talking about open source internship in my next video, and this time around the open source internship that I'm going to be talking about is actually paid and is remote, so you can work on this project. You can work on any open source project, which I'm going to be telling you more about in my next video. So see you in my next video. If you have learned one or two things through this video, please drop a comment in the chat, drop a comment, and I'm looking forward to engaging with you. Like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.